Alright, welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. How y'all today? Well, good Saturday afternoon to you. Gonna cover a night shift tonight, so and among everything else going on today, I've got to start working towards getting ready for work. So there we go. Been a relatively busy day. What do you do when you have a day off? I got off this morning. I don't go back to work till tonight. Or I got off work last night evening and don't go back to work till tonight. So I had a long stretch there, so I got me some good sleep in. And then what do? You clean house, right? Vacuum, pick things up, run a load of dishes to the dishwasher, do 3 loads of clothes. 2 of them still drying, by the way. We'll get them before we're ready to leave. And so, you know, just how it goes, right? Got to keep everything going. So someone mentioned the other day, was it Brian maybe, that it's about time for a Scalp Master shave. Scalp Master is a very basic shave soap. And to me, Scalp Master is what most people think Modern Williams is. Modern Williams is not what people say it is. Modern Williams is just fine. You can't drive a stick, don't blame the clutch. You know what I'm saying? Don't blame the equipment. It's you. So anyway, but Scalp Master really is bottom of the barrel. I believe it had come from Sally's. Maybe it was targeted towards the barber shops, and I don't know why barber shops would use something like that, other than it is cheap and you slap it on the neck, and most people don't know any difference anyway, right? My barber uses one of the hot lather machines, which kind of sucks, but they can't use the mug and brush, same reason they can't use real straight razors. Just how it goes. So, you know, I've thought about asking them if I could bring my own mug and brush sometimes, and if they'll use it, and probably they would. But it seems like an unnecessary thing, since I do get a nice neck shave out of it anyway. So why bother? But anyway, that's the Scalp Master. Now when I use soaps like this, Scalp Master, Marvies, which are really low-end soaps, pretty much do it the same way I do everything. I like a good boar brush. I'm a fan of a boar brush, fan of a horse brush. That being said, nothing wrong with a badger brush, don't get me wrong. But I do like a good boar brush. So I've got my B400 by Tom. That's got the big Omega 90 knot in it. And we got some soaking going on there and some nice warm water, because Fuzzy don't cold water shave unless Fuzzy's got a cold water shave. There has to be a gotta in there for me to do it. Can, I'm not saying I can't. But you people that just shave with cold water all the time, I don't know. Y'all throw it a little bit. That's all I can say about that. So for a razor, I was digging around. I said, well, you know, I use a 2-sided thingy today. I don't use 2-sided thingies really often, but you know, every once in a while you need to. So I got out the Black Beauty here. Super adjustable. This particular razor, in case you didn't know, I've been using this razor on and off since I started shaving, which is a long time ago. My mom had this razor, and she had a Lady Gillette. When I was old enough to start figuring everything out, what shaving was, what needed to be done and everything, these were always in the medicine cabinet. And the first chance I got, I hooked them so I'd have them. And it's a good thing too, by the way. But now I have those. So I have no idea, you know, whose this razor originally was in the family. Maybe it was Dad's, I don't know. But anyway, it is an old family razor, and I've had it since I started shaving, which was about 12, 13 years old. 13, I think is what I normally say, somewhere around there. Mom got to complaining that I never was washing my face. It was always dirty. It was, you know, almost scrubbing skin off. And Dad finally pointed out that that's what it was. And Mom said, well, teach him to shave. I don't want to look at that anymore. You would have had to know my mom. But anyway, I don't remember what the lessons were. They were definitely with plastic, junk, cartridge, garbage stuff. And throughout the years, I used some of that stuff. And I would go back to these and use them some. And I remember having the Colgate mug soap around, and this, that, and the other, and a brush, and I don't always remember where all this stuff come from, but I had it. And so, you know, that's how it goes. So it's kind of a family razor thing. So keeping with the bargain basement soap today, Dollar Tree sells this aftershave for $1 a bottle, and it's really a really light scent. It doesn't last very long. It has castor oil in it, in the ingredients, hydrogenated castor oil. Hydrogenated, whatever, and you know, maybe that makes it feel good on the feels good on the face. It's got alcohol in it and other stuff I can't pronounce and probably wouldn't want to know if I could. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, just to keep it a bargain, it is a pleasant scent. It's a nice light, not really powdery scent. The blue is more of a powdery scent, but this is definitely not what you would normally expect out of a green. It's not the you know, skin bracer or any of that kind of scent. It's a light scent. And but anyway, you know, there we go. We're just going to work tonight. We're not doing anything fancy. So we'll make sure the blade's still all straight here, and it is. I just put a new Rapira blade in here, and just because I've got some blades I need to burn out. Someone give it to me. Now, about this here knob on these adjustable razors, I realize, I've read it, that when they came out, Gillette said, well, you start on a higher number, and then when you get more off, then you turn them down, and then you do this. Bull feathers, people. Bull feathers. The only acceptable setting is 9, and you leave it there. Okay. If you want to use a lower setting, set it lower, but leave it there. Why sit there and twist? You don't need that. That's known as technique. You don't need it. It doesn't matter. It was a marketing gimmick. You know, hey, just buy this one razor. You can do this. You can do that. It's easier. It's like these. What did I see the other day? I saw a knife for slicing breads or meats or whatever, and it's got the little built-in guide thing on the side of it, so you make nice straight slices. And it's like, come on, people, take a knife and cut. You got to have a guide built in. I mean, we're not building a house. You're not cutting a 2x4. It needs to be square. You know what I'm saying? So this is that kind of stuff. It's marketing. It's bigger. It's better. It's the next best thing. Everybody wants to buy it because of the marketing. And I realize that's how our country works, and that's what it's based on with the money. So I'm okay. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying. There's no need to buy into the marketing on this one. Turn it up, leave it up, and turn it loose. They do a good job shaving. Nothing wrong with a shave from a two-sided thingy most of the time. I prefer the one-sided thingies, but that doesn't mean that the two-sided thingies won't get the job done. They will. So, there we go. And to me, any adjustable I have, wide open is the preferred setting. Alright, just say it. If you want to put it on a girly setting, go right ahead. If you want to sit there and twist that knob, go right ahead. But there ain't no need in it. Scalp Master, good bore brush. Now usually I can get a good shave out of it. And like I said, to me, Scalp Master is what most people say Williams is. Yeah, it's going to dry, it's going to fade, it's going to disappear, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. Usually that, you know, not so far off really. It's not quality soap. Matter of fact, it's below saying it's not a quality soap. It's kind of the, I don't know, the Yugo soaps. Do y'all remember Yugos? I remember when Yugos were still running around. We made the joke that the 2-door was the Yugo and the 4-door was the WeGo. Some of you might get that. Anyway, I actually knew somebody that put a car alarm on a Yugo one time. I really do. I told him I didn't understand. I thought you wanted people to steal the dang thing. Anyway, there we go. But that's kind of what I would equate Scalp Master soap to, is a Yugo. Use a little more water than I normally do, maybe. Sometimes I don't. Depends on how I feel. I don't really have a formula here. You just look at it as it's building soap and you get an idea of what it needs. If it's a little wet, just run around top of the cake a little bit more until it gets to where you want it. And, you know, you'll get some bubbly lather looking stuff there. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Now this is, I'll let you have a looky. It's just a day or so shave. It's nothing spectacular on the growth. This is, I don't remember when I shaved last, but it wasn't yesterday. Must have been the day before yesterday, so. Day and a half shave or so. The one thing I found with soaps that are harder to lather, once I get them going, and we get a little bit of lather going, a lot of times I like to do a little paintbrush strokes with them. I like the swirlies, but sometimes you got to channel Bob Ross a little bit and do a little paintbrush thing. And remember, we're not looking for big fluffy lather. If you like big fluffy lather, this ain't gonna do nothing for you ever. If you think you need big fluffy lather so that you get a good shave, you've got issues anyway. Can't help you with that. I'm not a psychiatrist. But, you know, if you're looking for a dense layer of lather that's going to be protected to your skin, it's going to carry the clippings away, cuttings away, whatever, then Scalp Master will do the job. Question is, why don't I use it more? Because I got so much stuff around here, it's hard to use anything a lot. And I like my more vintage soaps anyway. I've got vintage Colgate, I've got vintage Williams, stuff like that I definitely prefer a lot more. But, you know, like I said, see, it's not really, we're not having any problems with it fading away. We got some cushion there, we got some slickness there. Absolutely nothing wrong with it at all. This side is starting to be a little thinner than it was, but it's still there. See there? Still there, you can still see it. There is nothing in the world, I think I've already said this, there's nothing in the world wrong with a shave from a two-sided thingy. And these super adjustables are really nice. I've got a slim and I've got a super adjustable. Can't really tell a lot of difference between the two as far as the shave goes, razor, blade to blade. As long as it's short and the razor's not damaged. So I don't think there's a big difference. People like to choose razors and then they'll want to pick a favorite. Well, this one feels better because of this or that or the other, and I'm sitting there thinking that's the silliest thing I ever heard in my life. As a matter of fact, I'm not always just sitting there thinking it. Usually I'm saying it. So, you know. Someone asked me the other day if I wanted to go somewhere, and I said, sure, I'll meet you there. He said, well, you can ride with me. I said, no. Fuzzy has a rule. Very, 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 very seldom does Fuzzy ride anywhere with anybody else. My family can attest to this. I'm not going to be very far away from my vehicle, and I don't want to have to depend on anybody. You know the reason for that? I'll tell you the reason for that. Fuzzy tends to make people mad. And Fuzzy don't like walking, and Fuzzy don't Uber. So I always try to have my equipment there so that I don't, you know, because I tend to upset people. So, yeah, when I see somebody doing something I think silly, I generally say it. But anyway, just how it goes. Maybe that's why I built my own shaving forum. They can't throw me off. I pay the bills. You can't kick me out. That could have something to do with it. I'm okay saying that. All right. Well, what we've come up with is a good shave. Now, the second pass on it, wasn't as thick as the first pass. It was there. It was still slick, and it did a good job. So I don't have any complaints with that. It's pretty much all I ask out of a soap. You know, be slick, cushiony, kind of. You know, mostly keep the clippings cut away so everything doesn't gum up. You know, that kind of stuff, and I'm going to be okay with it. And Scalp Master will do that. Marby's will do that also. But, you know, someone just likes to go and they're looking for buttercream because, you know, I guess they want to be a baker. They might not know it, but they want to be a baker. So they're going to look for the buttercream icing every time. Well, they're not going to be able to use soaps like this. And I kind of feel bad for people that can't use soaps like this. Now, on the flip side of that, let's say this. If you can, and you choose not to, that's completely different from somebody saying, it won't work, I can't make it work, and starting into excuses as to why it won't work. That's different. If you can do it and you choose not to do it, well, that's your choice, obviously. Do what you want to. I can drive a standard, but I prefer to drive an automatic because I don't want to mess with the clutch. Perfectly great. No problem with that at all. I can use a straight razor, but I prefer to use the disposables because I don't want to mess with stropping and maintenance of the blade. Great. That's me. I can use a straight razor. Sure. No problem at all. I could learn the home blades. Wouldn't be a problem. I can already strop blades. Not a problem. I choose not to do that. I use the disposable blades. So I need to do one of those shaves for long. Maybe I'll do a Marby shave with an open blade. Yeah, maybe that'll be good. So we're going to splash on a little musky basement smelling witch hazel. That's what someone compared it to the other day. Musky basement. I don't like it smelling like a musky basement. Well, the thing is, you're not going to have it on very long. And, you know, it's going to be covered up by your aftershave. It's not a scent that's going to linger or anything. I don't see what all the belly aching and whining is about. Just saying. Just saying. Well, I prefer to use the Thayer's. It's got a better scent and yada yada yada. Okay, that's fine. I prefer to use the Thayer because it's better and it does a better job. That's not true. It does not do a better job than just the regular witch hazel. Regular witch hazel also has a little alcohol in it, which I think is a good thing. Just saying. Of course, as you can tell, Fuzzy don't worry about his face drying out. As I said many times before, does this look like I moisturize? No, it doesn't. All righty. Well, there we go. Let's have a look-see here. I'll get on up the camera and try to break the camera here, but as you can see, a very nice shave from the Super Slim. I don't know, 109, is that what it is? I don't know. But the Black Beauty, I've heard it called. And this this stuff actually has more powder in it than I let on maybe. I haven't used it in a while, but it's a nice light scent. It's a refreshing scent. This would be something good, what I would also call a sleeping scent. Something to put on before you go to bed. It helps relax you and everything's good. So there you go. That's what I did for a shave today. What are you doing for a shave today? That's my thing right there. So anyway, we're going to continue to work on our afternoon coffee, and it's about time to start thinking about getting a shower and getting some clothes taken care of. I got to get some clothes out of the dryer before it's over with. But that's how it goes. So hopefully wherever you are, you're doing well. Hope you're doing well as I am. If you want a challenge, pick you up some Marby soap. If you can find some Scalp Master, pick up some Scalp Master soap and learn to use it. Great to have in your toolbox. It's something that you could take traveling with you. I tell you what, it also works good if you just take the cake and you wet it and you rub it on your face like a shave stick, and then you work the lather up from there. It may even work a little bit better that way. Next time we'll do that. Maybe work a little bit better that way than it does building the lather in the mug. But I've got this really cool Marby's mug that someone gave me at some time. I've got one of the big green Marby's mug that actually has Marby shave soap in it. And we'll get around to that here one of these days before long. But for now, that's what we got. Alright, so wherever you are, whoever you are. Oh, and if I made you mad today and I was picking on you and you're over there pouting, sorry. That's just how it goes sometimes. Alright, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, turn it up, leave it up, turn it loose. Don't be twisting them knobs all over the place. And happy shaves to you.